So you've been waiting for this game for a while, Stewie, back against your old nemesis, Phil Thomas.
Can't wait. Yeah, it's certainly been something that I've penciled into the calendar, and Friday night there's going to be a certain expectation from me and the group that we get this club and region back on track.
In terms of goals for the year, where does B in the North West Thunder sit?
Oh, top of the tree. Yeah, definitely. It's something that we are disappointed that they've been the premier side for the last couple of years, and we know we've got to go in and fix that problem. So how we address that is that'll be determined on the night. But I know there'll be a lot of emotion, and I think I've recruited a group that takes a lot of pride in their performance, and there'll be some really good matchups right across the board. So I'm probably more excited now than I've ever been about a matchup and the talent coming in to play us as well as what we've got on the floor.
Do you think that rivalry's even there anymore, given most of the people involved in the brawl and everything have probably gone out from both sides?
Definitely. I think the last couple of years has sort of weakened off, but you look at the competitive player like Jared Weeks and Shane Southwell at training, they just compete whether they're playing against each other or it's 5-on-5 or they're with each other, they compete flat out every training run, and I think that's brought a certain energy to the group. I've noticed a huge difference since they've been here, and I think that was demonstrated last Friday night. I've never seen a Hobart Chargers outfit play as hard as what we did, and that goes from one right through to the 12 guys that played.
How do you stop their imports? They seem to get very highly rated.
Very highly rated, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing them play myself. But similar to the Lady Chargers, our challenge is matching up with their inside and their strength. But on the other end of the floor, they've got to match up with us, and we're probably the quickest team in the league with Thierry and Jared and Shane playing the 4 spot, who's 6'7", and Zach White obviously come in and complimented us as well. So I'm quietly confident, but it's going to be a hell of a game.
Phil said this morning when I spoke to him that Hobart doesn't really hold any fears as a venue anymore like we used to. What do you say to that?
Oh, look, Phil's got his own problems. I don't think I've ever lost to Phil. So right now, for him to say that, I think he'd be at home. He wouldn't be sleeping much at all this week.
Do you really think that's true?
Oh, really? Yeah, definitely. I mean, he knows. He's got everything to lose. Coming into a venue and they're touted as probably the benchmark of the competition, we're sort of starting again. And I think what we've been able to do as well is fill our bench and our squad with Tasmanians, and they've sort of drifted away from that. I mean, it was Spot the Tasmanian last week on the bench that actually got minutes. So, I mean, for their club to say it doesn't hold any fear, we'll see how that goes this Friday night.
Have you spoken to Phil since you've taken up the Chargers job again?
No, I'll talk to him Friday after the game.
Do you think, how would you feel if you lost your first game with him then?
I'd be devastated, and it carries a lot of weight with me personally, and we've built this club over several years, and we want to be the premier team in the competition, and that's what we're here to be, nothing short of that. And I think we've recruited pretty well for the situation in the off season, and I'm quietly confident that they'll struggle to match up on us, but it'll be a very entertaining game.
Do you think the players should be a priority for Tasmanian club?
Oh, look, I think you've got to compete at the highest level. So if that takes recruitment and bringing in similar to Launceston Tornadoes, because the bottom line is you've got to get crowds through the door and sponsorship. So, look, Phil's done an exceptional job with his imports. There's no doubt that he's got 2 of the best imports in the league, if not the best. So whether they can complement that with their local talent, that'll be determined on Friday night.
Phil also said he doesn't like having pot shots. He'd rather let the basketball do the talking on the court. What's your response to that?
I'd rather pot shots any day, Brent. Love a pot shot.
Do you think they buy into the rivalry as much as you guys do?
On the night they do. We spoke about it after the brawl 4 or 5 years ago, but look, we're not condoning that or predicting there's going to be any fights, but sometimes emotions do flow over, and as I said, the side we've put together are very competitive, so there'll be no backward step. And I think with the game last week, you saw that we were up and in, and we were working really hard, and guys are committed to trying to get this club back in the right direction.
You, we saw Andrew Gaze take up coaching role NBL. Would you ever consider going to the NBL and coach?
Oh yeah, you consider everything, Brent. Would you consider being my assistant coach?
No. Seriously though, would you?
Yeah, I would.
Do
Yeah.
you want to do that? Or is
Oh,
it-
look, it's always open. I'd love to coach at the highest level, or if it presented itself in the future. But it's not something that I'm focused on. It's more just if it happens, it happens.